Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking about employers who abuse their power and why it ultimately causes good employees to leave a company. Now, I'm pretty sure that any one of us here could say that we've worked with a company that we felt uncomfortable. I want you to think back to this experience and ask yourself, was it the establishment or the people? Or maybe more specifically, your manager? If so, you're not alone. Gallup Research did a study back in 2015, and they took 7,272 U.S. adults, and they actually found that 1 out of every 2 of those adults has quit a job before just because of bad management. Owners with high turnover rates often assume that it's due to bad employees, when really they should be thinking about who they hired in the first place, the managers. An employer who is abusing power will cause a good employee to leave. And that's because they're going to feel underappreciated, disrespected, and belittled. Appreciation and recognition are so important for people. It's what drives us. Managers who abuse their power often lack either of these because they feel that their employees are disposable. Now, I've personally worked in a company where I've dealt with a manager who was abusing his power, and he would prefer to point out my shortcomings rather than my accomplishments, and that's because they actually want to take credit for your accomplishments. That's what it's about for them. They need to be the MVP. People are looking for that recognition so much that actually a recent study by Accenture Reports showed that 43% of Americans will quit a job because of lack of recognition. Another thing that will cause even a loyal employee to leave a company are the feelings of being belittled and disrespected. And now this is especially coming from your manager or your superior, because unless you aren't worried about being out of a job, there's not much you can say to defend yourself without coming off as disrespectful as well. This will cause a very hostile work environment. It's going to make everyone feel uncomfortable, especially the employee. Usually the manager won't, but it will cause the employee and maybe even other employees to feel very uncomfortable. Very awkward situation. And this is exactly what the manager who's abusing power is going to want. It gives them more control, and it's how they thrive with uncomfortable employees who aren't going to stand up for themselves. But at the end of the day, an employer who's abusing power is going to drive out all good employees. Nobody wants to work in that environment. In the environment where they feel underappreciated, belittled, and disrespected. I think it's best said by author Kurt Kaufman that people don't leave jobs, they leave managers. Thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to the speech, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend.